Well, get ready for what looks like one of the most exciting women's 200-meter races we've seen in Jamaica in a long time. There's Brianna Williams getting ready. She won 2 gold medals at the World Youth Championships in 2018 when she was still a teenager. That's Gabrielle Matthews, who went to a school called Hydel and then studied at a college called Old Miss. But now she moved to Florida to train with a new coach named Holloway. Runners are practicing their starting positions and doing warm-up runs. That girl right there won a bronze medal at the World Youth Championships in the 200 meters just last year. Her name is Shanoya Douglas, and she did this in Lima, Peru. She's running in lane 1, competing against all the older, more experienced runners. But hey, is she ready to compete with the big girls now? Well, she definitely proved she belonged when she ran the 100 meters earlier. So now let's see how she does in the 200. It's interesting that she chose not to run with the younger athletes her age, kind of like how Sabrina Doki ran with the younger kids and did really well and became the national junior champion. There's Wishawashi McGregor, who ran the 400-meter race earlier, just like Nisha did. What were you and your coach arguing about earlier? There's Ashanti Moore. If our friend Neville Bell was here right now, he'd ask us, what high school did she go to? And we'd have to tell him she went to Hydel High School. We only have 2 more races left for the 2025 National Championships. I'm going to say this right now. Having these national championships this early in the year is going to be really good for Jamaica. Look at Shanoya Douglas in lane 1 and Brianna Williams in lane 2. When athletes know they made the team this early, they can rest up and get ready to perform their best again when the World Championships come around. A lot of people think track and field is just about being physically strong and fast, but that's not true at all. A huge part of winning races is mental. It's about what's going on in your head. If you already know in June that you're going to be on the airplane to Tokyo, then you can spend the next 2.5 months just getting ready for the World Championships instead of worrying for another month about whether you'll even make the team. I totally agree with that. So I think the Jamaican athletes now have a whole month head start compared to athletes from other countries. That's Jodine Williams in the picture, wearing all bright red. We have 2,257 people watching this right now. 2,257 people listening. That time of 22.57 is what you need to run faster than if you want to automatically get a spot at the World Championships. Jamaica has such an amazing history in the women's 200 meters. Actually, some people think that in all the years of the Olympics, the women's 200 meters might be the strongest event Jamaica has ever been good at. I mean, I don't know about that. Other than Spencer, you two might not remember athletes like Merlinati and all the incredible things she did, along with Juliet Kuth, Grace Jackson. When I talked to Grace Jackson several times, she told me, Bruce, one of my dreams was to know what it felt like to run a world record. She came really close to breaking the actual world record when Flojo set hers. But here we go. And there's runner number 8, Jodine Williams. Jodine Williams' personal best time is 22.69, which she ran last year. She has made it to the finals at the national championships 2 times before. Yeah, that's Kemba Nelson in lane 7. She trains at a place called Elite Performance with coach Ronaldo Walcott. She ran 23.39 to make it into this final race. Yeah, the fastest time coming into this final belongs to Ashanti Moore at 22.49. which she ran 2 years ago in 2023. She finished 7th in the 100 meters final at North Sprint Tech. She wants to finish at least 4 places better this time. The runner in lane 5 is Ranisha McGregor, and she might win the award for fittest athlete at this whole championship. She just finished running the 400 meters race, and now she's here running the 200 meters too. In lane 4, representing the University of Florida, is Gabrielle Matthews. Moving to Florida to train has really helped her improve. She already ran 22.59 this season. Remember, 22.57 is the time you need to automatically qualify. She's just 0.02 of a second away from that time. Yeah, in lane 3 is Naisha Berger. Naisha Berger has been doing really well training at a place called and now she represents the Adidas team. She ran 23.45 to make it to this semifinal. In lane 2 is Brianna Williams, who didn't make it to the finals in the 100 meters. She trains in Los Angeles. Like we mentioned, she has won gold at the Olympics in the 4x100 meter relay. She was really good when she was younger, but she hasn't proven herself yet as an individual runner. Yeah? And in lane 1 is Shanoya Douglas, who is still young enough to be called a junior. She trains at Monroe College High School with Coach G. Smith, and she says, "I'm a little girl, but I'm running with the big girls now." Shanoya Douglas ran 23.702, get here. Remember everyone, 22.57 is the magic number you want to hear. This race could be won by anyone. Naisha Berger is the fastest Jamaican this year with a time of 22.39. That's also her personal best time ever. Ashanti Moore had the fastest time during the qualifying rounds at 22.92. In fact, she was the only athlete to run faster than 23 seconds during all the qualifying rounds. She's running in lane 6, and Berger is in lane 3. But, like I said, any of these girls could win this race. The runners are getting into their starting blocks. The women's 200-meter final is about to start. They're in the set position. Oh, no. Someone moved too early. That was a really long hold in the set position, though, to be honest. Yep. The rules clearly say you can't move once you're set. Yeah, you can't move at all. I don't know if we'll be able to see a replay. We can see how the athletes reacted, but I don't know if we can watch it again in real time to see how long they had to hold that position. Let's see if we can see what the official decides. 1レッドカード. Red card means disqualification. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that decision. A red card was given. On your marks again. This is such a huge disappointment for Brianna Williams, and this shows you just how brutal track and field can be. You start training in October. Most people train all year long, make it all the way to this moment, and then get disqualified. Now we're down to just 7 runners getting back on their marks for the women's 200-meter final. Set position, set. And they're off. Clean starts this time. Ashanti Moore got away well. So did Kemba Nelson. Naisha Berger is the fastest Jamaican this season. The runner in red is moving up. On the inside, we have Nelson, but here they come down the final stretch. This is anybody's race. This looks like any of them could win right now. Ashanti Moore, Kemba Nelson, and the others. Naisha Berger is coming up fast. Ashanti Moore wins her first national championship in 22.63 seconds. just outside the World Championship qualifying time. The official time is now 22.664, Ashanti Moore. Matthews gets second place in 22.80, and McGregor finishes third. I told you this race was so open that you could have written 5 names on dice, thrown them in the air. And when they landed, grabbed any one, and that could have been the winner, but it's Ashanti Moore in the end. Kemba Nelson had a really good start in lane 7, but her 100-meter speed just wasn't enough. At that point, she had the lead coming off the curve. But Ashanti Moore, just on her inside in lane 6, starts to pull ahead. Gabrielle Matthews, 2 lanes over, tries to catch up to, but the powerfully built Ashanti Moore cruises to victory. It's Heidel High School taking first and second place. If you look at where they went to high school, look at that. Ashanti Moore is the national champion, and she crosses the finish line. They didn't get the automatic qualifying standard, no, but it's still a great win for Ashanti Moore, all right? Let's tell everyone watching and listening what happens. Next, Jamaica is allowed to send 4 women to run the 200 meters at the World Championships this year because Shericka Jackson is the defending world champion. Let's give you the final times. Yeah, Ashanti Moore won in 22.66. Gabrielle Matthews second in 22.80. McGregor third in 22.86. Jodine Williams ran exactly 23 o'clock, seconds for 4th place. I'm about to talk about the men's race, but let me tell you the important facts first. Naisha Berger has already run 22.39 this year. Even though she didn't finish well in this race, she does have the qualifying time already. Daija Oakley, who runs the 400 meters, might not choose to also do the 200, but she does have the qualifying time for the 200 if she wants. And obviously Shericka Jackson, we can see Brian LaValle there on screen, hoping and praying that injuries will stay away from him. Ashanti, congratulations, Da. Tell us about your race. Well, first of all, I want to thank God because, if it wasn't for him, then I definitely wouldn't be out here. And I don't have much to say. I'm very grateful, and I would like to thank the Sprint Track Club and my coaches for being patient with me during this difficult season. And again, I just want to give thanks to God. You were a high school star at Heidel High School. What was it like for you moving up to compete against the senior athletes? I mean, it was very crazy, as you guys can see. It wasn't an easy transition. And finally, you ran 22.66 and 22.59 is the standard time needed. How do you get ready now to try to reach that time to make it to the World Championships? All I have to do is go back to practice and fix some things. Congratulations on winning your title and go